What you are able to discern, though, is there is some sort of mechanism in each of the 3 glowing stones.
Okay, then being a rock gnome on that one, if it's considered magical or mechanical, I have double proficiency in like a history check against alchemical or technological devices. Would that do anything for me?
What are you doing to determine, like, what's your action here to make this check?
Could I examine it? I've done it from the magic perspective. Could I do it from the other one to see if I can figure out a way to understand something about the workings of the mechanism, since I can determine there is a mechanism there?
You know enough about mechanisms that you're not going to glean any more information without playing with it.
Okay.
You're going to actually have to get your hands on it to get more than you got.
So, my understanding of this room is there's a mechanism to the left and to the right and above.
And the keystone in the center up above the archway.
So, like, basically a triangle.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell me the colors again, Brick.
The colors. The left one down at your left foot is yellow. The right one down at your right foot is orange. And the keystone up above your head is blue.
Okay. Okay, one thing we could do is if we kept our distance from it, we could use one of us with Mage Hand could attempt to touch one of the stones and see what it does.
Mage Hand would be strong enough to get a basic idea of what kind of mechanism might be involved with these stones.
Okay. I'll bite. I will stand here to the side, and I will get the maximum distance, which is what, like 5 feet for Mage Hand?
Oh, you can be further away than that. Oh, well, wait, no, you're using the Arcane Trickster, like...
Yeah.
They have a weird class feature. Their Mage Hand only goes 5 feet or something.
I'd have to double check.
Or are you using the actual cantrip?
Well, the actual cantrip.
Yeah, you've got the cantrip here. I don't know why you wouldn't use it. Yeah, I mean, you could do this from the other side of the hallway then easily. I mean, Mage Hand has some distance to it.
Okay, well, I'll just back up way over here where I could still see.
Sure.
And I'll...
Well, if you're that far away, there are no lights. The glowing part of the stones fades.
How far is there when I'm here?
They begin glowing when you step in front of the archway, and then fade when you leave.
So I have to be, like, right here. Do they glow if I'm here?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll poke the one on top with my Mage Hand.
And you poke the blue one. It feels like it's a sliding mechanism. With a certain amount of force, you should be able to shove this glowing blue stone back inside the archway, where it's protruding slightly.
Okay, do the other two have the same kind of give?
So you push the blue one. Which one do you push next?
I guess the one on this side right here.
You go down and push the yellow one, and yeah, it has the same kind of give. Slides in.
So I've pushed them in?
You push the blue one and the yellow one.
Okay, before I push the third one, do we have other options here?
Yeah,
like
I think we've got a perfectly usable door. We might find something in there that'll help make sense of this crap.
And we can also investigate this pit. So, like, before we go to the fairly obvious magical death trap, let's investigate the less obvious magical death traps.
To clarify, you guys have rope. You can safely climb down into that pit without sustaining any damage.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to jump down into the pit head first, although that is the way I recommend you do it.
Okay, but it's still floored with spikes. Like, are you saying they're wide enough that we can sort of stand between them?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't... I'm going to get made fun of for saying this, because this is technically splitting up the party, but why don't two of us go down there and look at the... or at least one of us go down there and look at the pit while everyone else looks at the door, possibly?
It wouldn't be a terrible idea.
I say two of us should go down there, that way in case we need to jimmy something open, because we're all small.
Right. Personally, I suspect the other room, that the fog is deadly, and the mechanism is the key to getting rid of the fog. But
yeah, I'm kind of suspecting that, like, if I push all the buttons, then, like, the fog will flood room, and then we'll all melt or something.
What I'm kind of afraid of too. So I'm for however we want to do it.
We have been playing for 1 hour, and we are in the entryway of the team.
Yeah, fine.
Making great time, folks.
Oh yeah.
We get 3 rogues. Why don't 2 of you rogues go down there and try and jimmy that door and let the big man over here dig into the rock?
Okay. I'll pull some rope out and climb down the.
And who's
the
climbing
pit.
with Treble?
I'm interested in what's behind this door that I've been working on.
Okay.
I could try. I guess I could climb down with them because I also have the mechanical thing. So if it's a wall or something mechanical, perhaps I could help with that.
Okay. Well, you still have detect magic up. And as you climb down into the pit, it becomes obvious that there is a large magical door on the western wall in the base of this pit. So let me get a different color here. There'd be a door in the base of the pit about there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it does not look like it opens from this side. You get down there, there's no mechanism to open it. Unless you have some magic spell to open it, there's no way to get through it from this side. The good news is neither of you get impaled on the spikes. And about this time, after they've climbed down into the pit, those of you gathered up by the door, you've managed to clear it all away, and now it's just a matter of opening up the door and looking beyond.
I want to investigate the door, make sure there are no obvious or unobvious traps attached to it.
No, it looks like a simple wooden door. There's no lock. There's no traps. Opens inward. However, you do not have a light source over there, so you're not able to discern color at the moment.
I'll light one of my torches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you discern that it's a brown wooden door.
Yay!
What shade?
It's the little details.
I played Minecraft. I know it's like a beech door and a oak door. Can the door open
You open it up
with my mage hand?
with your mage hand. Okay. And it opens up into a little 10 by 20 foot hallway that looks completely empty and featureless. Looking in this room, bare stone walls to the left and right and across from you.
I would wager that.
Oh, actually, scratch that. No, you see an identical door on this side. Checking my map. That's not a secret door. Right there. It's just hard to see because the card was laying over it. You guys come crawling out of the pit, look up to the north, and you see your companions examining this hallway.
Oh, I guess we'll just make our way over to the.
I would suggest we use the same method that we did for the previous hallway.
Yeah.
Lowering the
Yeah,
floor.
if I can steal Treble's 10-foot pole, I'll tap out of the ground.
Well, hey, go for it.
I also like the idea of having magic eyes over there sort of scan as we go. Anything obvious
Well,
magic in there?
He'll have
So-
detect magic up for a few more minutes, but it lasts for 10 minutes, and it costs 10 minutes to cast it.
So, am I close enough to the door to see if we hear anything, feel anything in the room?
No, the room is absolutely featureless. There's just another door on the opposite side.
Okay.
Does the door just have a handle? Is it any?
Yeah, just a standard doorknob, and they've opened it up. The
The one on
doorknob
the
still,
opposite side?
yeah, it looks identical to the one you just opened
Oh,
up.
okay.
It's going to open inward away from the room.
I'm going to enter into the room.
Okay, and you're poking the ground with your pole, and nothing bad happens.
No, the walls and the ceiling are all looking relatively featureless.
Yeah, there's no mosaics or paintings on the walls here, and also the ceiling is a little closer in. You've got about 9 or 10 feet above you rather than the vaulting 20-foot ceiling from the entry hallway.
Okay, just to be paranoid. On the ground, does it look like the walls have closed in on people in this room before and then retracted outwards? So is there any scraping of the walls or the floor?
Very notably, there's a handsome statue of a Mesidian twin holding each side of the wall. No features of
I knew
scraping,
it!
no cracks in the floor.
I knew it.
Looks pretty
Hey,
safe.
so I'm gonna die squished. All right.
I suggest you back out of the room and somebody with a mage hand should open the door.
Sort of like me.
Yeah, just step out of the room before you do it.
And then I try the distant door with my mage hand.
All right, and it opens up into this room. Now, can't see much of anything in this room standing way back there. But the parts you can see, just kind of looking in through this door, you're not going to be able to see off to the sides from there, but looks like another small featureless room like the one you just left.
Well, you got the pole. Lead the way.
Tapping as I go.
Stop
I
there.
enter the room.
As soon as you do enter the room, now I get to load in objects. What's something scary? Here, let's just use a chess piece.
Boredom. Boredom's scary.
You see a statue of a mutated four-armed gargoyle with its wings draped across its chest, standing at the north end of the room.
You should poke it.
The problem is gargoyles are made of stone, right?
They are,
How do
yes.
I know he's a statue and not just a really bored gargoyle?
Well, we've got a man who can detect magic. Are gargoyles magical
I was going
creatures?
to say, has the detect magic run out at this point?
Detect magic wouldn't detect a gargoyle anyway.
You could poke it with the 10-foot pole.
You could.
That's your answer for everything.
You're standing 20 feet away from it from right there, though. So you have to get closer to it.
Hey, gargoyle. Are you a gargoyle?
And the gargoyle does not respond.
You laugh, but this 10-foot pole has already well worth the money I didn't spend on it.
I believe in 10-foot poles. I would do a 12-foot pole just to be obnoxious. I take a step further into the room.
Roll initiative. So initiative
Oh.
is D20 plus your dexterity mod.
The warlock is the one that's almost dead, right?
No.
No, Warlock's fine. In fact, I think I'm the healthiest person in this room. I've got almost 100 health.
Now remember, it's a mutated four-armed gargoyle, just so you know. Sirutka, what's your initiative?
8.
8. And Bob, what's yours?
19.
19. Treble.
It's roll plus dexterity mod,
Yeah, D20 plus your dex mod.
9.
9. Jordiebear.
This acts on a 6.
6. And Enigma.
22.
22. Now, this is a combat situation. Remember, each of these squares is 10 feet. On your turn, you can move up to your full speed. I think everybody in this group will have a speed of 30 as a base. Oh, no.
25. for
Gnomes have
gnomes.
25 because you're a little smaller. So,
Mine's 25 as well. Yeah.
on your turn, you can move up to 25 feet and still take an action. Those of you who are rogues, as a bonus action on your turn, you can do what's called a cunning action. That lets you either dash, which is a full move, disengage, which is get away from a monster without it being able to attack you, or hide if you find a hiding place. So on your turn in a basic combat round, you'll move to an advantageous position, find a way to attack or get out of the way of the monster, and then move it on to the next turn. So Enigma, you're way back out here in the hallway. All you know what's going down is these guys pulled their way into the hallway, exchanged some words about this gargoyle. They hollered in, "Hey, are you really a gargoyle?" And then you heard the sound of stony movement inside of the room where Sirutka is currently.
Okay.
So 30 feet on this map is 3 squares, basically.
Hmm. I'm not saying that letting Sirutka go first was a bad idea, but we didn't get attacked by gargoyles when I had the pole.
I can agree to that.
He could be friendly.
Yes, I'm
All
sure
the
he is.
Arms to
Just
hug
make small
people
talk.
with.
Look, with three
There you
rogues,
go.
we need someone within 5 feet. That's you. So you live there now.
What is Enigma doing?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I guess I'll just try to move in to see what's going on.
Okay.
Alright, can I go here?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
can.
see anything from...
You can occupy someone else's square. Remember, these are
Okay.
10 feet squares,
Right.
so you can be there. Looking in the
Okay.
room from that, I mean, you see Sirutka looking surprised. Well, not that surprised. I mean, obviously, that this gargoyle's coming to life, and it looks like it has nothing but malicious intent in mind.
Oh. Well then.
If you don't have another action in mind, you can always dodge on your turn, which just makes you
Right.
harder to hit.
Yeah, I'll just dodge for now, because
Okay,
I'm not too sure what else I could do.
Gonna bring us to Bob the Elder. And you can look straight through these two open doors and see the melee ensuing in the room beyond.
I don't know if this is an option or not. One thing we might consider, since we know the traps in the floor, if we could retreat and get him to follow us out, we could potentially trick him into falling into one of the traps.
And he calls
That
out
is-
that he wants to trick the gargoyle into following you out into one of the traps.
I mean, to me, that would be a wise course of action other than...
Don't they fly?
Not really room for flying or in this dungeon. But otherwise, yes, they could.
Okay, never mind then. I think for my turn, I have True Strike as a cantrip.
Okay.
I'll use point at the gargoyle, and that way anything I do on him on my next turn, I'll have advantage over him.
Okay. Next, the gargoyle is going to start tearing into Sirutka.
As one does.
Right. What is Sarutka's armor class?
17.
17. Well, that's 2 misses, but the bite will hit. Five points of piercing damage as this thing lashes out with 2 of its arms and then tries to sink its teeth into you. And as it leans in and try to bite you, you notice that around the creature's neck is a collar studded with gleaming gems.
Ooh, dibs.
That brings us to Treble.
I'm gonna poke my head in and cast hideous laughter on the gargoyle.
Okay, what kind of saving throw is that?
Let me see. Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. And at the top of your spell sheet, it'll say what your spell save DC is. In one of the big boxes way at the top of the spell
15.
sheet. 15. He
This-
fails the hideous laughter.
Yeah.
So what happens to him?
It says a creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone and become incapacitated and unable to stand
Okay.
for the duration.
And he gets to repeat a save at the end of each turn?
It says the duration is 1 minute.
Does it say if he gets to repeat a save?
Oh, yeah, at the end of each turn, and each time it takes damage, it can make another wisdom save. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. And what he thinks is hilarious is the fact that he just took a big bite out of Sirutka. But this four-armed
pretty funny.
gargoyle falls prone on the ground in front of you, which means if you make a melee attack against it and you're within 5 feet of it, you get advantage on the roll. And that's going to bring us to Sarutka's turn.
So are you saying I taste funny to this gargoyle?
You taste hilarious.
You know what else is? So if he's prone, does that mean I can get my sneak attack bonus
Sure
on
does.
him? Well, then I think I know what must be done.
Now, you damage him, but if you do so, he gets to make his next wisdom save against hideous laughter.
damage him, I also get to do 76 of damage.
Something like that.
So
Yeah,
I feel like that would be the rational choice
All right.
here.
You have advantage on this attack roll, so you can apply your sneak attack.
Okay. So disadvantage mean I do get roll twice?
Yeah, roll 2
Or
dice,
2D?
keep the higher one. Just d20
I love
plus
advantages.
plus whatever your attack
Oh, God
modifier
bless
is.
America. Does 11 hit a... Am I doing this? No, sorry. Does a 15 hit a prone enemy?
15 hits. You stab this
Awesome.
gargoyle. Go ahead and roll the damage on it.
I'm never taking him to Vegas.
Listen, D20s and I do not like each other. It's... damage.
So how much damage?
19. Sorry.
19. Math. Very well. Let's go ahead and repeat that wisdom saving throw, which he fails. He's still laughing.
The joke is killing.
So now you have to decide if you're moving or staying put. Usually moving away from an enemy provokes an attack of opportunity, but he's incapacitated. He doesn't have a reaction to use. So you could safely get away from him if you wanted to back off.
I am going to back off into the hallway.
Not backing off into the space next to the two
Or
uninvestigated doors.
no.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going to be behind those doors, and I bet it's not a goat or a new car.
Excellent.
Ha.
Good reference. It's going to bring us to Jordiebear.
You know what I bet gargoyles don't like is shatter.
Shatter. All right, so what happens now?
So now he has to roll a con save at disadvantage since he's presumably made of stone.
Well, if you need line of sight, you're going to have to step into the room to cast this
It's a
spell.
10-foot radius. I'm just going to cast it somewhere that'll catch him.
Okay, you're just going to throw it in the center of the room. Got it. Okay.
Yep. So yes, it's a 68 and con save for half rolled at disadvantage.
Yeah, he rolls a disadvantage, all right. That 2's not going to do it. Go ahead and do the
that's
damage.
30 points of thunder damage,
30 points.
and I don't know if thunder matters or not.
I have good news and bad news for you.
Okay.
The bad news is the gargoyle is no longer laughing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
The good news is he's no longer moving either, as you seem to have shattered enough of this thing's form. Stone has fallen away from it, and it's laying and not moving anymore against the wall of this room.
Hey guys, I got this.
Fist bump.
Well, so combat's over?
Combat's over. So you have the dead gargoyle, and around his neck has a collar studded with 10 gleaming gems.
Hey, Superior Dro.
Yeah.
Why don't you come over
Yes?
here and grab this collar?
Okay.
Why
Gotta
do you
pick
keep
up the phone.
listening to me? Why? What is wrong with you?
Because I think that'll be funnier.
Do you take the collar off the gargoyle?
I think we should poke it with a stick first.
Poke it with the stick?
Stretching
Nothing happens.
everything.
Like you're laughing, but like explosions, you know.
Yes.
It is the Tomb of Horrors.
I mean, so far, poking with the stick has
This is
worked
not,
very, very well for us.
this is not the tomb of fluffy animals and cottage cheese.
Sunshine and rainbow.
But no feedback after poking with the stick. It is dead.
Okay.
And the collar
Well, I
doesn't
mean-
do anything either.
Okay.
Hey.
So, does anybody want to rock paper scissors for the collar, or put it?
No, I'm keeping it. I'm just stashing it away. I picked it up.
Okay.
I'm keeping it.
You Rogan good.
Taking the collar, it has 10 blue quartz stones, each one worth 100 gold. And then in the back of the collar, where it was connected around the back of the thing's neck, you find a hidden compartment. Just looks like a piece of this really tough leather the collar is made of will slip away. Just putting the collar away for now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the collar away for now.
All right, what's next? So in this room, nothing on the walls of this room. You got the dead gargoyle there, and you've got 2 doors, one along the south wall and one in the east corner here.
Do we want to, just one of us in Mage Hand, want to open one of the doors?
How about we open them at the same time? I'll open one, you open the other.
Okay, we can do that.
Sounds
I'll
like
open-
a terrible idea.
Yeah,
but I
that
can
sounds
mage
uniquely
hand
bad.
as
Let's
well.
do it.
All right, so which one are you opening up?
I'll open I'll open the south door.
South door, and it opens up quite easily. The small room beyond the door is empty and appears to have one other door along the south wall here, which again is covered up on my card.
And I open up this door.
You open up this door here.
Yep.
I got a big green hand in the way. Nobody can see in that room. There you go. The small room beyond the door is empty and appears to have no other exits.
Hmm.
We found the broom closet.
I had a PC almost die to an animated broom once.
Oh no.
What's next? What's Jordiebear doing out there in the hallway all alone?
I don't know, chillaxing,
Now, did the animated broom, you do talk backwards?
but basking in victory.
It didn't say anything. It was too busy beating his ass to death. So what's next?
Well, the obvious solution looks like to be
That door.
we could check out the walls of the small room to see if there was.
So who's checking the walls in the small room? Bob, are you going in there to check?
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. That's a wisdom check. And look on your skill list. You'll see what perception bonus to add to it. Who's doing the south door here?
I will.
With Mage Hand, or are you going to go in and do it the old-fashioned way?
I'm gonna mage hand it, yo.
Okay. And looking beyond, the small room appears to be empty, and it has one exit along the west wall. How'd that perception check do?
17.
17. And the room has no other discernible exits.
Oh.
What's next?
Do we want to keep going forward?
Yeah, I'm willing to tap the floor in this room and move on into it.
And you tap it, and it's solid. Nothing terrible is going to happen to you.
Yet.
And same thing in the room beyond. You tap the floor there.
That. Before I enter that room, can I mage hand? Can I see? Do I get a line of sight to the door to mage hand it open?
You
from
can
this
mage
angle?
hand the door there, but you won't be able to see into the room beyond.
I'm gonna mage hand it, just in case it's trapped.
Okay. And it opens up nice and easy, but you're not going to be able to see until you at least poke your head into the next room.
Can I have a mirror?
Sure. You can have a little mirror.
I'm gonna mage hand the mirror and kind of angle it so we can see.
Oh yeah, we are junior spies now.
And the small room beyond appears to be empty, and it has one exit to the north.
This Lich is a terrible architect. Good lord.
You know, I do not like these Fabiashi sequence rooms.
Over under on us all getting locked into these separately.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You know what? Can I go back over this room here and double check and?
Yeah, if you want. Roll a wisdom perception check. D20 plus your perception bonus. But now we don't have anybody mage handing the mirror, so Siruka's going to have to step into the next room.
Well, I'll step in and mage hand the mirror.
Okay. You open the door, and once again, opens up into a small room.
Oh,
Appears to have an
fuck.
exit along the north wall.
Did we not see that exit from the other one, though?
No, there's no door on that side of the wall. How'd that perception check do?
If a 17 didn't get it, then I didn't get it. It was I got like 11.
No discernible exits.
Right. So as I look into this room,
Mm-hmm.
Do I see a door into the the main room?
It looks identical to the previous 4 doors that you've opened coming through this way.
This is not going to end well.
I turn to my compatriot. Just to make sure, we only walked, 20 feet? This should be getting us back into the main room, right?
Right.
And Treble, standing there going along the wall, it's solid. There's nothing. Doesn't seem to be anything, any mechanism or anything that'll open there.
It could be magic.
What's
We
next?
got a choice. We can deal with this magic trap, or we can deal with this magic trap.
I mean, the door seems... I vote for the door.
So have we rolled the check against the door yet?
I'm going to investigate. Does the door seem like it's got any trap mechanisms? Does the floor feel safe as I tap into it before I enter the room?
Everything looks identical to every other little room you've passed through. Looks exactly the same.
I step back and mage hand the door open.
What's your AC?
17.
17. You open up the door and immediately a spear comes launching out from the wall, and you very deftly step aside, and it sticks into the wall right behind you.
Yeah, it's good to be a no.
It's a fake door. There's just bare stone behind it.
This lich is an asshole.
I flip off the door and I return to the main room.
Okay.
What'd you find?
We have walls on these the Fibonacci doors. We have 4 separate walls we haven't checked.
We have walls here too.
True.
Who's checking where?
I'm in this room, so I'll check that one.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom perception check.
I'll check this one.
Go ahead and make a wisdom perception check. Oh, I just dropped my fidget spinner and messed up the map. I gotta zoom back in now.
Spear.
You deserve
The
that.
mainstream media was right. Fidget spinners are dangerous.
Bob, how'd that perception check do?
10.
I got a 6.
A 6, and that you don't notice anything in there. Treble, how'd you do?
17 plus 10, so 27.
Nope, nothing in that room either. You guys back in the main room. How are we doing in there?
Seems safe. Who has that necklace?
I have the necklace.
Can I have a look at it? You're
I'll
welcome to
let you
hold
take-
it. I literally want to look at it.
I let you look at the necklace.
And it's the 10 blue quartz, and then along the back, there's a part where the leather will separate into a compartment.
Hopefully it won't explode.
There's no special colors or writing or anything.
Nope, it just looks like you take it between your thumb and forefinger and slide it apart.
Okay.
What's next?
Going to go back to this room, and I too should investigate this wall, see if I see anything.
Go ahead and make a wisdom perception check.
28.
28. Nope, featureless room. Well, not featureless. There's a spear sticking out of the southern wall.
How much is a spear worth?
A negligible amount. Spear doesn't count as treasure.
How long is the spear? Can we use it to poke the...
Sure, yeah, you guys could take the spear.
Hell yeah.
That way we have a second poking stick. One that's actually sharp.
What's next?
What was in the necklace?
Nobody's opened it yet.
Oh.
People are afraid it's going to explode.
Give me the
That's why I'm in
necklace.
this room.
You think
Give me the necklace. I'll open it.
would the necklace fall under my history check or the mechanical thing or the mechanical or the magic
No,
item?
there's nothing mechanical about it. It looks like it's a secret compartment designed where at first glance, if it's being worn by a creature, you wouldn't be able to notice it. But now that you've taken it off and looked at the inside of the rough leather that this collar is made out of, you can tell that there's a compartment there.
I just take it from him and open it.
And inside you find a small slip of paper, just rolled up very tightly, like the kind that would be attached to like a messenger pigeon.
Okay, I very gingerly open the paper, making sure to face it, like not opening it, like
Wow.
pointed towards my face.
Explosive runes are
Don't even
a thing.
admit
We're gonna have to read it.
There is writing on the paper when you open it up, but it's in a language that you've never seen before.
Hey guys, I got this. I can read all languages. It's a class feature.
Okay, and it's in a language that you can not read either.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You thought you had this. What's next?
So should I infer that it's not a language, or?
Yeah, if you can read all languages. You're a warlock, right?
Yep.
Make an Arcana check.
Alrighty. That would be a 10.
A 10? If it's not a written language needed to convey information, your best guess is it's a magical code. You would need some kind of magic to read it.
Hey, wizard.
The gems.
I was gonna say, could I do an Arcana check on it as well? Would that yield anything else?
No, not at this juncture.
Do the gems come out of the? Do they?
You could pry
We
them
have
out, divvy them
Okay,
up.
I just wanted to know how easily they came out. That's all.
You could each take 2, and then when Enigma's done dying, you can take his 2, and then...
There you go. See? Everybody wins.
Yay.
What's next? Does somebody just
think
want to
we're
keep
gonna-
track of all the treasure that you have found, like, in one place as, like, a scorecard for the end of the adventure?
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Actually,
Open up notepad.exe and just keep track. So you got 10 gems worth 100 gold each so far.
I think the 10-foot pole and the mage hand should get even shares.
I'm gonna walk back over to this over here while everybody's
Okay.
in that
It's nice
room,
knowing you.
and I'm going to stand here, and I'll let them know what I'm doing. I'm going to push the last block.
You push
Just
the
to
last
see-
block in. Is anybody else next to him or with him when he does this?
I mean, if he declares that in 10, I'm at least going to stand in the hallway so I can see when he
Yeah,
does.
I'm thinking I'm going with that as well.
Everybody
Likewise.
climbs out and puts on sunglasses.
Standing
No.
near the exit, just in
No.
case.
Hmm.
Treble, you push
Before
the
I
last...
leave. Before I
you
leave the room, though, I want to gather up some pieces of the gargoyle.
You grab a couple,
this-
like,
yeah.
pieces of gargoyle that were
You know,
shattered off by
like-
the spell.
You know, like some nice, maybe baseball-sized pieces.
Ooh.
Okay.
I just take a few pieces with me,
Sure.
and then I just follow along with the others.
Treble, put your mage hand on the last of the 3 stones, the one that glows orange, and you push it in. And then a few moments pass, and all 3 of the stones protrude out from the wall once again.
So there's probably an ordering then.
Yeah.
Brick, I've got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I read it more closely. What it actually says is that I can read all writing. Language was my mistake. Does that change anything?
Nope. Actually,
It's called Eyes of the Runekeeper is the name of the
yeah, it's a
feature.
warlock class feature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That does change it, because if it's not a language, then... Because it's not written in a language, it's written in magical code, but it is writing, so you can read it. What it says is, and I'm going to say this, and it's your job to make a note of it. Look low and high for gold, to hear a tale untold. Take the archway at the end, and on your way you'll wend. And there's the initial A inscribed underneath the runes.
Like as if it's signed, you mean?
Yes. I'm going to repeat that one more time for all you taking notes.
I've got it all taken down. But I think
Do you? Well, let's hear your appeal. See how good of a job you did. Let's hear you repeat it. Let's see how good of a job you did.
Look low and high for gold, to hear a tale untold, take the archway at the end, and on your way you'll win.
That's correct. Good job. I'd give some bonus experience, but you guys aren't tracking experience. It's a one-shot.
He gets my blip.
So yeah, Treble, you push in the last stone, and after a few seconds, all 3 of the stones protrude out from the wall again.
Okay, so apparently that note is instructions because they mention.
Well, so it says low and high, so there's 2 of them that would be low and 1 high. Gold. Like there's a yellow block. There's nothing gold, though, is there?
It was a yellow glowing stone. That's the one down at your left foot.
Okay, I'm gonna push that one first, then
Okay.
the other low one, and then the top one.
So you push yellow, and then orange, and then reach up and press blue. And you wait for a very tense moment, and then all 3 of the keystones slowly protrude once again from the archway.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I mean,
What, the first time we touched all 3 of them, what order it was in?
it could be something like maybe we don't want them all pressed. Maybe if the correct ones are pressed when we walk through, something terrible won't happen versus otherwise.
What if we pressed more than one at once, or pressed all 3 of them at the same time?
How are you
can try
arranging
that.
this?
I mean, I'm
Well-
hearing a lot of suggestions and no guinea pigs. Come on down here to the nice
I
side.
mean, I'll come over and mage hand.
I will mage hand
Yeah,
the
I
top
can
one
mage
if 2 other people will push the bottom 2.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
give
get
Mage-Hand the
bottom left.
orange one.
Okay. So, and all 3 of you push the stones in at the same time. And after a few moments, they protrude back out from the archway.
All right. What if we take this at face value? Do we want to roll perception or investigation to look low and high for gold? Or this friggin' hallway is colored in paintings, right? Is there any gold that's obvious?
No, you don't see any gold or treasure or anything like that. Most of what you see in the hallway look like doors leading into different rooms of buildings. Lots of books and scrolls. Lots of workers, maybe slaves of various races. But nothing in the realm of treasure. It looks like meaningless toil, mostly. What's next?
Someone jam their pole through that doorway, see if it comes back intact.
Are we doing this with 10-foot pole, or are we doing this with the spear?
Well, I mean, the spear.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Mr. Poking Stick to see what happens when I push into the archway.
Why don't we throw some rocks in there, instead of poking the spear through, just throw some bits of
If there's
gargoyle in.
anything through there, let's piss it off as much as we can.
So throw a piece of gargoyle through.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Okay. You throw it through, and it disappears immediately, passing through the fog, and very notably, you don't hear it land on the other side.
Yep.
huh.
All right,
That's
so
what we thought.
yeah, so my thought is depending on which of these blocks are pushed in, this portal functions differently.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know. None of these appear gold to me. Like yellow, yellow and orange. Do those combine to make gold or something? I don't know color theory.
Well, how many pieces of gargoyle do we have? I mean, we could press one, then throw another piece and see if something else happens.
Yeah, that's fair. See if we hear or notice anything different.
Okay. Just keep it up, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, there's a small finite number of combinations. Let's just run through them all real quick. Do we notice anything different?
That was my other question. Yeah, how many permutations of 3 are there? To do that even?
Well, it's not 3. It's 2 at a time, right? So it's like 3 choose 2 or something. It's been a long time since combinatorics, but I think there's just like a half dozen or something. No, less than that. Far fewer.
It can't be many.
Yeah. It's not picking one. So there's only 3 combinations. There's excluding each one individually.
So which
but
one?
then there's- Yeah, no.
Which one do you try first?
I say yellow and orange. That seems the most gold to me. Just pressing those 2 and then throwing something through.
Push yellow and orange, and you throw a piece of the gargoyle through,
Yeah.
and the same thing happens. It passes through the fog, vanishes from sight immediately upon passing the plane of the archway, but you don't hear anything land on the other side. So you've pushed yellow and then orange. Now what?
Does the design of that necklace at all resemble this archway?
No, not at all. It's not a necklace, remember? It's a collar, like a dog collar.
Sorry, right, yeah, my bad.
Studded with gems instead of cartoonish spikes.
It says the poem says low and high, so I'm going to try yellow and blue.
Well, right now, yellow and orange are depressed, and nothing else has happened.
Okay. To activate it again. I Mage Hand blue in to hopefully reset the puzzle.
And after a few seconds, it does indeed reset.
And then I try yellow and blue. Push yellow first, then blue.
Okay. There's no discernible difference.
Gargoyle in.
Throw a gargoyle in. The little piece of gargoyle sails through the fog, disappears from sight, and you don't hear it land. So right now you've got yellow and blue depressed.
And then I finish it up by pushing orange in.
And this time, the stones do not come back from the wall. Instead, the vapor clears. And looking beyond, you're still not clear what's on the other side of the archway. The vision on what's on the other side looks hazy from where you're standing. Give me half a second here. Where are you standing when you mage hand the last part?
I was standing roughly where my character is located, so closer to the back wall or closer to, not right in front of it, but off to the side, because I'm thinking this is 20 feet, right?
Okay. Yes, it's a 20-foot wall along the south. So are you standing on the mosaic tile in front of the mean devil head? Like on the red part of the ground?
Yeah, okay. I guess I am.
So looking through, it's difficult to tell exactly what the hallway on the other side of the archway looks like. Something's still obscuring your vision. Looking at the floor, sometimes you could swear the red mosaic tile goes through the archway and continues, and sometimes you can swear you're looking at a room with another gargoyle. It's like the two rooms are superimposed, one on top of the other.
The gargoyle looks intact?
Oh, it looks standing upright, but you're only getting a very hazy vision of it.
You want to throwing another piece of the gargoyle through the archway?
So
Sure.
Who's throwing it in from where? I'm going to assume you just have a bottomless bag of gargoyle pieces, because that abuses me.
Alright, I'm writing that on my character sheet.
That sounds like something you'd find in the Monkey Island game.
Right.
So who's throwing it and from where? Nobody's throwing it?
Alright, fuck, fine. Alright, I got this. Walks up in front of the door, grabs one from someone else, and throws it through.
So where are you standing in front of the archway? On the tile or off the tile?
Sorry, which tile?
The red mosaic tile snaking on the floor.
On this side of it, like the not through the archway, I'm standing on the tile, tossing it through.
So you're standing on the tile and you toss it through. Standing on the tile, you have a very clear vision of the room on the other side. It doesn't look hazy to you as long as you're standing on the tile. It looks like a small room, and it holds what appears to be a statue of a gargoyle. 8 feet tall, with 4 arms, but one of the arms is broken off and lies on the floor in front of the statue. And so there you are holding a chunk of gargoyle in your hand. Throw it through.
I want to try and aim it at it, actually, as I throw it through.
And you throw it through, and you see very clearly it ricochets off the thing's head and lands on the ground with a thud. But nobody else hears the thud. Only you.
Interesting.
Sirutka, standing where you are, some 10 feet back, you have this hazy vision of the arc of this stone. Sometimes, 1 second, it looks like he's throwing a piece of stone through the archway. The next second, it looks like the red mosaic tile snakes through the archway and continues down a long hallway.
Well, I explained to my compatriots what I saw from my perspective.
Okay.
If we want to proceed, I would suggest all of us either stay on, walk into the room halfway. If we want to proceed.
All right, I think our canary just volunteered.
So, Treble, are you going through?
Yep.
Walking on the
Wait.
tile or not?
Yes.
Yes. And you find yourself... Let me make sure that I get this correct here. You find yourself standing in the room with the four-armed gargoyle. Now, as soon as you stand in the room, there's just solid stone behind you. There's no more archway. You don't see your companions anywhere. You see this four-armed gargoyle in front of you with a piece of its brother laying at its feet. There is a very narrow passage in the south wall here, which you being a gnome would be able to get into pretty easily. And let's go ahead and roll initiative again.
All of us, or just Treble?
Oh yeah, everybody can roll.
Okay. See, 19 plus.
Sirutka, what's your initiative?
My initiative is 8.
8.
Again.
That's a good one.
I know, it's my favorite number.
Something to be said for consistency. Bob, what's yours?
Mine was 21.
21. Treble, what's yours?
24.
24. Only 20 sides on the dice. Jordiebear.
I got this axe at 7.
That's not the best character name we've had in a one-shot, because we had a game where Not a Buttface played a character named Parsley Ice Swirls.
Oh, I'm aware. I helped roll that character up, as I recall.
Enigma, what's your initiative?
What was it?
It's a
The roll
D20 plus your dex mod. Dexterity
Okay,
modifier.
then I got 28.
28. So you guys standing here, Jordiebear, you're standing on the tile in front of the door.
I haven't moved. Yeah.
So you watch as Treble steps through, and he immediately just looks kind of disoriented. You see him look back at the wall, and he doesn't seem to notice you standing there at all. He's looking right at you, but can't see you. Sirutka, from where you're standing, about 10 feet away, again, sometimes you can swear you see Treble standing in this room, but other times it just looks like the mosaic snakes forward down a long hallway. Enigma, back from where you're at, you basically have no information with which to act on. So good luck.
Okay.
Don't forget to swatch your buckles.
Yeah. Well, then I just try to move in as close as, well, not as close as I can, like over here, just to see if I can see what's going on.
Are you standing on the tile or not?
Yeah, maybe right here. I can stand right here next to him, right? Yeah.
Be aware that the pit behind you is still open. So be careful not to
Oh.
fall in.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to stand next to that pit then. What about this side? Can I see
Okay.
anything from this side?
Now, standing there, you're not standing on the path, but looking into the room, what you see is
Whoops.
it looks very clear to you, standing this close to the archway, but not on the tiles. It looks like the red mosaic that Jordiebear's standing on snakes through the archway and down a very long hallway that just disappears into darkness, kind of like the one that you're standing in. That's going to bring us to Treble. You're up.
Let me see how many spells do I have in a day, or before we rest. Let's see,
On
3.
your-
I've got 3.
That's
So
on your
I use
character sheet.
Tasha's hideous laughter again,
Okay.
and then
On the gargoyle, not yourself.
yes, on the gargoyle.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you need from me? The spell save DC is 15.
All right. And nothing happens to the gargoyle.
Okay, I use my I forget what it's called, the extra thing, and I run to the hole. I disengage to the hole and
Go
try to get through.
Go through the hole? Okay.
Yes.
You can go ahead and use your full 30 feet of movement to get as far along this little hallway as you like. Or actually 25 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Let me see what you can see from that position, if anything. I don't think you can see much of anything, but I'm going to double check. I wouldn't want to rob you of something before you die.
Shoot. I really just wanted to get away from the gargoyle. You said that the hole was small, so the gargoyle can't follow me, can he?
The gargoyle is a medium creature, which means he can squeeze into the hole. What that means is he can move through this space, but only at half of his movement. If he was large or bigger, he wouldn't be able to fit at all. The benefit of being a gnome in here is you don't have to squeeze. You can use your full movement. But no, actually, getting this far into the hallway, it just dead ends into a stone wall. So, congratulations. You're in a tunnel with a dead end. That's going to bring us to Bob the Elder.
From where I'm at, if I used Ray of Frost through the archway, could I have a clear shot at the gargoyle?
You don't have a clear shot of anything standing there. You'd have to move kind of up next to jordiebear looking into the archway.
Could I do that? Side of it?
Yes, please piss the gargoyle off.
What is the range on Ray of Frost? I got my PHB here. I can look it up. Usually I have a spell app on my phone, but my phone charger stopped working.
Ray of Frost is 3d8 cold damage.
I know. I just want to see if you're also frosting jordiebear who's standing in front of you.
Oh, that's what my question is. If I have a clear shot, if I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to look up for you because I'm not going to make you do it if you don't want to. No, it's a ranged spell attack against a target, so you can snake it around jordiebear. Are you standing on the red mosaic tiles or off of them in that position?
Off of them.
Off of them, then you cannot see the gargoyle. What you see is a hallway with the red snaking mosaic continuing on in front of you. Can't see the gargoyle at all from that position.
Okay, that won't work then. I've already used my movement, right?
I mean, you could take one more step onto the tiles. It's right next to you. It's still in your square.
Let's do that then.
And when you stand on the tile, put both feet on it, the vision through the archway changes, and now you can see the gargoyle, and you can see Treble scampering past the gargoyle into the hole. The gargoyle is very notably not laughing.
Well, I'm about to say, if I hit him, it also slows his movement by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, so it might give Treble some...
Go ahead and roll the hit. You're going to roll a d20, and your attack bonus is at the top of your spell sheet. It'll say spell attack bonus. Looks like it's +9, which is not bad at all.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So what that means is a critical hit. So basically you take your damage dice and roll them twice. So it's 3d8 because you're 11th level, so yeah, 68 of damage.
Wow.
Remind me which one the D8, which color the D8 is.
I've actually already got 68 over here from earlier. If you're trying to grab them over by the dice bag, that's exactly what's sitting there.
No, the red ones are 8s. I wasn't sure. I don't use these dice, and on Sundays they have a tendency to change all the colors anyway. They all end up hot pink, so...
At least they don't name each dice individually.
I'm not sure that Nodal doesn't. I know there are days when his mind starts to drift away.
You can just sort of drag a box around them like they're a StarCraft unit and then roll them all.
34.
34. And you frost this whole gargoyle statue, and you see the ice crack all around it.
Well, was I supposed to roll it twice? The second time was a 38.
Well, you roll a total of 6d8, because it's 3d8 damage, and you roll the critical hit.
Yeah.
But the gargoyle does not respond. Doesn't do anything, in fact. Sirutka, you're up.
Okay.
From your position, you have a very hazy vision in the door. It looks like it's interspersed between the two different locations.
If I grab my my short bow and step onto the red brick road, sight to the gargoyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I won't be able to get any sneak attack on this because Treble is running away.
Nope, no sneak attack.
And I'm betting a 11 misses.
11 does not hit. Your arrow clatters against the wall behind the gargoyle.
Okay, my turn is done.
Jordiebear.
So have we seen any evidence that this thing's actually animate?
Hasn't done anything yet. I mean, you've
Alright.
seen evidence in the form of the previous gargoyle take a big bite out of Sirutka.
Sure. All right, but this one doesn't seem to actually be responding to damage at all. Like I would.
Hasn't moved yet.
Okay. I forget what it's called in this edition, but essentially I'm gonna sit on another cast of Shatter, and the moment I see it move, I'm gonna cast it.
Okay. So the way that works is you're taking the ready action.
Okay.
It uses up your reaction, but you give me a trigger and an action. So if it moves, you cast Shatter. Correct?
Yep. Centered on it, so I'm gonna tell everyone else to stay 10 feet away from it.
Okay. Enigma, you're up.
Well, you did say just stay 10 feet away, so I'm just gonna hang back and wait.
Okay. Treble, you felt the chill in the air as this gargoyle got ray of frosted all up and down its body. And there's no sound of movement or anything behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out and go here, and I guess I'll just poke the gargoyle with my short sword.
Just poke it, not attack it. Just
Not attack it, just poke it.
give it a couple pokes, and it doesn't do anything. Doesn't move, doesn't respond.
I don't think this thing's gonna attack us.
So you guys standing outside, those of you standing on the red tiles, see Treble poke his face out of the mouse hole again and reach his sword out and poke the gargoyle, then just shakes his head with disgust.
Wah, wah.
So what's next? We'll go ahead and I'll take you off the fake initiative now.
Look at this guy complaining we spent half an hour in a hallway and he pulls his crap.
I'm glad I didn't waste a spell level for that.
Yeah, same.
Now I've watched one stream of this particular adventure be run, and I think you guys have made more progress in 2 hours than that group did in 2 hours.
All right.
Hooray!
Yay!
It's about 9 o'clock, or about 5. It's 8:55 or so. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. Everybody go
Okay.
refresh, get a fresh cup of coffee and a Danish, maybe a paper
Okay.
bag to blow into if you need to hyperventilate.
All right.
We'll reconvene at 9 p.m. That gives you guys about 5 minutes. I'll see you here in just a few.
Okay.